FaceTime? We on?
I'm sorry.
Oh,
yes,
we are on. Hey everybody, welcome to the Pull-Up Experience. What's up? We have a special edition today. You know, the Pull-Up Experience is all about collaboration over competition.
Absolutely.
And we want you guys to know that we support all businesses in our city and abroad. I've been wanting to have this young man on the show for quite some time. We've done events together. We've run into each other, and he is just always an exceptional young man, and I definitely had to have him on the show so you guys can see for yourself if you don't already know him. So without further ado, I want to introduce Dom with Lamount Avenue Wines. How are you? Thanks for sitting with us today.
I appreciate you, bro.
So for the people that don't know you, introduce yourself. Tell everybody about you.
I'm Dom, owner of Lamount Avenue Winery, parent, coach, mentor, counselor. It's, the list goes on, Yeah.
That's great. What strikes me the most is that you are young. You are a young man, and you have all of these things going on, and you're so polished. Every time I see you, you're such a gentleman, and you're so polished, and that's what made me want to know more about your wines and what you're doing. And I see that you have a following, and people love your wine. How'd you get into wine? Start off with that. How'd you get into that part of your business? Of what you have going on?
So we started back in 18, just going to different wineries with my parents and just seeing the atmosphere, live bands and different things like that. I'm just like, man, I can bring this atmosphere to my coworkers because I was teaching at the time. So I'm like, this is something that I can bring to them. And just talking to different winemakers, get some insight on how to do it and different things like that. I designed the bottle and kind of just, I grew a passion for it, and I kind of just dove in and I haven't looked back.
Good stuff. We don't have many, well, we have more now.
Yeah.
But back when we started, we didn't have many black winemakers in Cleveland.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of groundbreaking. I definitely see a difference.
Yeah.
That we are all getting into wine more and all supporting each other.
Yeah.
I love that about our city, and people want to know more about wine. They don't want to just drink sweet and or the Carlo Rossi or the a lot of the city supports us for sure. The city supports us.
Definitely.
So shout out to you guys for believing in us and our brands.
Definitely.
And I heard you mention coaching.
Yeah.
And I know that you're a teacher.
Yeah. I was second grade. I started off doing preschool. 2015, I was doing preschool, and then from 16 to 19, I did second grade ED, mostly disturbed, and I coached the 8th grade basketball team the whole time I was there, and still currently doing that. Love teaching. Love working with our youth. I've been working with doing different summer camps and different daycares, since I've had a work permit, So my children, working with children, our youth, and being an influence to them is my passion. Wine is something that I grew a passion for recently, but I think that will always be a part of me. It's something that I will always do.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, for sure.
So tell us about Lamount Ave. Where did the name come from?
Lamount Avenue is a street that I grew up on, 93rd and Huff. On the front of the bottle, you can see the house. That's the house that my grandparents purchased. They were married 60 years and had 12 kids together. So my whole family was raised in that house and on that street.
That's dope.
Yeah. So the whole family, all my cousins, we all didn't live there at one point in time. Our parents, they moved back to my grandparents' house at one point in time. And
sounds familiar.
Yeah. A lot of people can relate to that story, So,
absolutely.
Yeah, that's where it comes from. I didn't meet my real dad until I was 17, and my grandfather raised me, so I have a dedication to my grandfather on the back of the bottle. Yeah, so my avenue is, wine is good, you know, it's doing its thing, but you know, it's also a legacy for my family, and that's the most important thing. You know, to keep my grandfather's name alive, and just the legacy that he built it for the family and on that street and in their house. Yeah.
That's amazing. Speaking of legacy, you know, that's one of the things that I thought about when I started taking the winemaking serious. Like, you know, this can be something that can be passed on, you know, from generation to generation. You have to make sure, like grandma's secret recipes, you know, you gotta pass that winemaking on to people, to your family, so that they can keep your legacy going.
Definitely.
And, you know, not a lot of people know everything that it takes to make wine. It comes out lovely.
Yeah.
I call it liquid gold, you know, because it takes so much work to get it to where it needs to be by the end. You know,
Definitely.
It's very tedious and hard work, and you know, kudos to you. Hats off to you, because you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know.
When you say that, it just puts me in the mind of my first batch. I got laughed at by my mentor. I went to the grocery store and bought actual grapes from the store and put them in the mason jar and was trying to make it, put the yeast in and everything. And it was like YouTube in there, and it was terrible.
Yeah.
So, you know, it was
your
crazy.
wine.
Yeah.
And look at you now.
Yeah, look at me now.
Look at you now.
You know.
Speaking of learning from different winemakers and different people, that's a lot of how I learned. Like, I literally got bits and pieces from people that, you know, have been making wine at their house for years, or they sell wine accessories and wine products to make wine. And that's how I got a lot of the information until I started going to school. But yeah, that's how you get a little bit of everything from everybody, and it's kind of like, and then you just put it all together. Absolutely. That's definitely how I learned. That's how I started off.
Yeah, that's how you gotta do it. Cause I was getting information from my uncle. He used to make wine down in Alabama, so he had like a secret recipe that he mailed to my grandmother, and I got from him. And I was getting stuff from people in New York. They was teaching me stuff. People in Pennsylvania was teaching me stuff. People in Geneva were teaching me stuff. So it's kind of just like I just put all of that together, and it just, you know.
And they're so willing to help you.
Yeah,
you know?
and that was
they're
a
so willing
blessing.
to give up the information.
Yeah, because I got a lot of no's. You know, just with me at that time, I was 24, 25 years old. So getting a lot of no's because I'm a young black man. You know, but you
probably
know,
didn't think that you were taking it serious.
Yeah, for sure. So, you know, I'm still to this day still appreciative, you know, to the people who did, you know, take the time out to help me and show me different things and how to put it together. So
I straddle the fence about that, because I got information from people like we're talking about as far as the winemaking process, but the legalities and the legal part about it, it took me some time to do the research. And yes, it took some time. So I'm not trying to be mean or trying to be money hungry or anything like that. So when people, the few people that have approached me like, you know, can you show me how? I'm like, you gotta pay me.
yeah,
You gotta pay me, because and I try to explain to them, like, this is not like getting a liquor license.
No.
This is something totally different. You have to keep in mind that you're making a product that someone is ingesting, and they're consuming, and they can get sick, and you know, you have to be covered all the way around the board, and you're not just going to get a liquor license. This is just not about the Department of Liquor Division,
right.
you know. So it's a process, even down to the labeling and making sure you have everything correct. That I'm telling you, listen, you know, I'm happy I can talk to you.
That technical part of it is,
oh my God,
even it's worse than this. Putting this together,
right? And this is so tedious. So you're right. You're right.
I didn't even know though.
You're right.
I didn't know. I thought, you know what I'm saying, put it together and sell Trump. No.
No, it ain't that. Stuff you gotta go through with them, stuff you gotta go through with TTB.
Yes.
With the labels, submit your labels. They made me submit my labels like,
come on, guys.
maybe 10 or 12 times.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, like there's
you don't
tedious
know.
down to everything. Like, oh, this doesn't have this on it.
Yes.
Or it doesn't have that on it. Or You know what I'm saying?
And
like,
then the book that the book it's literally a book. It's online, but that explains to you what size the font has to be, where this has to be placed, where this. It's like this thick, and it's in legal terms.
Yeah.
So you don't know what they talking about.
Right.
You know, you need somebody to break it down, and you don't have anybody.
Yeah.
So you just trial and error, keep sending the label back, keep sending it back, till they be like, all
okay,
right.
you good. And that's what I'm saying. I
Finally.
sent mine back and forth like 10 or 12 times.
Yeah, and people don't, I want to give you the information, I want to help you, but if I'm going to walk you through the entire process and you didn't have to go through all the months of researching that I did, I can't just,
pay for that,
I got to pay. So I straddle the fence.
Even just having the information of you needing an A2 or B2A or the
It's a
S,
lot.
just having that information alone will save you 3 or 4 months.
Yes,
because
you don't even, you don't even know which license you're supposed to have.
Exactly.
Yes, I'm telling you, I went through all of that.
Yeah.
Every bit of it.
Yeah,
I was a researching fool.
Yeah.
Listen, y'all hear them?
Yes.
Mentorship will save you time and shoot you, propel you in whatever you're trying to do. So get you a mentor, man. Get you a coach.
Yeah,
Let them help you.
It's
get
worth
to
it in the end. You know, it's definitely worth it, because just think about the time that you lost doing that. The back and forth with TTB's process is like, what are you talking about?
So time out. I know Marquia's not here. Shout out to Marquia. You hope you get better. But she don't know what's TTB, by the way. You know what I'm
Tobacco trade.
Okay, just so the audience don't know. I know she don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shout out to Marquia.
Yeah.
That's something for like all over the country. So like, say if you used to do business with a vineyard and get grapes from something in California, like that's kind of like a universal thing. You know, because I was looking to do something with some people out in Napa Valley, and you know they need that information. Or if you, like, I have a license for Georgia and Louisiana, so like, you know, when you submit for those out-of-state licenses, you have to submit your TTB information as well. So it's like a universal thing.
In order to be able to ship and to sell. Yeah, it's not like, you know, it's like you're only supposed to sell in Ohio. That's just the first part, and you have to still get licenses in other states.
Yeah, each state has their own process, their own regulations, their own everything. So each state you have to have a separate license for.
No, universal. It's not like I can.
No.
Ohio, just Ohio.
If you pay attention to some of the wineries here, it will say sold
only sold in Ohio. Yeah.
Oh wow! You know what? Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a lot to it, but like you said, it's so worth it.
It is.
It really is. It really is. The feeling of creating something that people
love.
Yes, and they feel good about it. You know what I'm saying?
I may need another 5 ounces.
I got you. I'm looking at y'all cups. I got y'all.
I may need another 5 ounces of this reasoning.
Hey, listen. Listen.
I got you.
I got a question and whatnot, and like she was saying, like, so I know we as a people, we enjoy wine, but the making it is a whole different aspect for us and whatnot. So we know why.
We got Brandon drinking today, y'all.
Listen, y'all know, because I'm drinking.
This drink chat is for real with that.
So we know why you started and whatnot. How was it when you tried to get inside the different locations? How did that even come to be? How did you go from, making it, but then having to find different places to distribute it?
Well, the great thing about Ohio, we can sub-distribute here.
Okay.
A lot of states, like Georgia, for example, you have to have a distributor. So you can have a product, but you have to take your product to a distributor, and then they will take it to the different stores and bars and restaurants. But here in Ohio, we can sub-distribute. So we can go to an owner and be like, hey, let's set up a wine tasting with your bar manager. Let them taste the wine. Oh yeah, I like this. Let's get this on the bar. Okay, cool. And then we can bring in the cases into them and just distribute straight to them. So that's the great thing about Ohio. I mean, there's a few other states that have self-distributing, but a lot of them you need distributors for. But I mean, I think that's the easy part.
You're right. You sick of the product.
Yeah, when you have a good product.
Yeah, when you got a good product, it's not hard to sell it. Especially, you black owned, you're gonna get points off of that, then you got a good product, have a name, people in the city are already familiar with it, so.
Put a Frank Lucas talking about, I stand behind this product, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But Cleveland is small though, so I mean, people know about our wines, already, so it's just like, oh yeah, I heard about that, or I seen it, or I had this here, or had that there, so I think that's the easy part.
Alright.
Yeah.
it's having the time to do it too. You know, like
Yeah.
having 50 million things on
Yeah.
your plate, like we both do. You know,
Oh,
we
really?
still working. You know, so that puts a little bit of a damper on it. Like, you know, if you don't have like a team out there that can get it out there for you when you're doing a lot of things
Exactly.
yourself, it makes it a little bit more difficult.
It does. And you need a team, and that's something that I'm going through right now. It's just like, right now I'm moving around to other states. So, yeah, I'm down in Georgia, down in Louisiana, down in Houston. You know what I'm saying? Like, the licenses are there, so we're trying to like really set up there.
Yeah.
So it's like stuff in Ohio was kind of just like in the wind. And like, it's like when I come back here, I'm doing whatever, but I'm really out of state, you know, doing things just
That's
because.
good, because once they get familiar.
Yeah. I feel like I get way more love, you know, elsewhere than I do here.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. I'm not getting argued about prices.
Yeah.
I'm not, like, I don't have to deal with any of that. It's just like, oh, let's do it. Or let's do an event. Or, oh, I'm connected with this, so let's do this together.
Yeah.
Or let's do an event together. Or like, you know, it's just different. You just get a different group of people, different vibe, different everything elsewhere. So I just been like pushing elsewhere, honestly.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Though.
Yeah.
You gotta get. That's how you get it out there, though.
Yeah,
You know,
for sure.
you gotta go to different places so that everybody is aware
Yeah.
of your wine, because it's good wine. You know, so
Definitely.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Cigars.
Oh yeah. So the cigars.
You see my humidor?
right.
I want to have something for the fellas, you know, in the summertime they can go outside and smoke. I wish I could have let you smoke in here.
Yeah, it's cool.
I wish I could have let you so you
It's
could let the
cool.
people see how you puffing.
Yeah.
But,
I would have been more of my element.
Yeah.
But no, I'm good with the Riesling though.
So what made you get into the cigar part of it? And I do want to have black owned cigars, so
Yeah, let's do it.
yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah, for
Let's
sure.
do it. That's easy.
Yeah.
Let's do it. But I got into the cigars. I had an interview. It started from an interview just like this, with 95.9 radio station, and the owner of the radio station owns a cigar company. And the lady who I did the interview with was like, "Hey, you know, you have wine. The owner of the radio station has a cigar company. You may want to connect with him, and you know, maybe see if you can do the wine and cigars because they pair." I said, "You know what?
How
That's
it all
cool."
goes down.
Yeah, but I never smoked a cigar ever in my life. Didn't know nothing about a cigar or anything. So like, it was just something that was like, yeah, I know I can make some money off of it, but I don't really know. So I was asking people that I knew, like, you know, about the cigars and what flavors I should get and what I should do and just different things like that. So that's really how I based it. And really just having an artistic mind, you know, designing how I wanted it to look and different things like that. But it went like that. And after I actually released them and I started smoking them more often, and I grew a passion for that.
Yeah.
And now, like, really know about them now. So, like, when I release my next cigars, it's going to be way different than my originals. But, yeah, it's something that I'm really into now. And I see a lane for it, just like how the wine is, how, you know, you can have a distributor for the cigars. You know, you can do events for the cigars. Like, everything that we do with the wine, I can pretty much do with the cigars.
Yeah.
And, you know, with me selling them, my main clientele being in Atlanta, because down in Georgia they have a huge clientele of cigars.
Oh yeah,
A bunch
they have
of
a lot
different,
smoke shops.
a bunch
Oh,
of
yeah.
different
Oh, yeah.
lounges and different bike clubs smoke cigars, and they do have different events and different things like that. So a lot of my clientele comes from that, but I was able to sell the wine and the cigars at the same time. Like,
Yeah.
my cigar clientele, I'm pitching my wine to, and my wine clientele, I'm pitching
Hand in
cigar to.
hand.
So they
That's
just
dope.
playing off of each other so well. So yeah, really just looking to do that, but just scaling it more to where I'm doing that, you know, here and there and over there and over here, and just everywhere. You
Yeah.
know, just the main cities, the major cities is really what the goal is to just hit the major cities. You know, like I said, we're here in Ohio, Detroit, Georgia, down in Georgia, down in Louisiana, down in Houston. So, you know, just starting with those and try to build. We got some other things that we're trying to do, but, you know, really just get the major cities with the wine and cigars and really just try to blow it out the water.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
See, that shit is like effective too, but for being an entrepreneur, they might not understand it. So we think it's more important to have if they have something of a brand, or they have something where they have to have a great taste. So what would you say is more important, have a great taste in the product or having a better brand as a whole? Which one is more important?
You gotta have both.
You know, both.
And I say that because you can have $1 million product, but no one knows about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like Ace of Spades, I don't think that's the best champagne ever.
Mm.
But the way that the brand is set up,
Right.
when you think about champagne and something fancy and wanting to celebrate, you know, you may think of that. You may think of a Moet, but you know, Ace of Spades, it has that look, it has that brand. You know, the person that's behind it. You know, Jay-Z. So you gotta have both.
Right.
But I feel like when you have a great product, you don't have to have any gimmicks to sell it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the best thing about.
Indeed.
I need my bond drop, y'all. That was good right there.
Yeah.
And that's when word of mouth starts to work for you as well.
Yeah.
When you have a good product, people are like, man, have you tasted so
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah.
That's when word of mouth can work for you.
Exactly. And that's the best part about it. Is when you don't, if you just have good marketing schemes, and you have to have gimmicks to sell it, to get people to spend that money to get it. But
you do.
if it's good, then it's like it sells itself. You just have to just get it in a room with them.
Yeah.
You know, and it's gonna do its own
So
thing.
that like crack, you know. I got you.
Yeah, it's gonna do its own thing. You know.
So, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say like even this, like you could just get this in the room.
Yeah, it's gonna do well.
It's gonna do well.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, they get the story behind it. They, you know,
They
see
love
who.
the story.
Yeah, they see who's behind it.
Right.
They, okay, yeah, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Whether they support it because of the story, whether they support it because it's black owned, whether they support it because of the taste.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's been my thing. Like I want to be able to sell people on different things because if you can relate to my story with my grandfather, even if you don't drink wine, you'll buy it.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It resonates with them.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
They love the story.
Even if you just get it just to set it on your bar or buy it to give it to someone. You know what I'm saying? If you can relate to it in some way, then I can sell you.
People do. People are. I just did a wine tasting, as a matter of fact, and they were so impressed with the story. The last two, they actually talked about that part. They were like, it was so nice to hear how you got started, to hear what you went through, to hear what you're doing. It's so nice. That's actually pretty doggone good. It's nice and smooth. But they were, you know, impressed by the story. They were like, it was so nice. I learned a lot of things. I heard a lot of good things. And, you know, people want to know and be able to relate, like you said.
Definitely. People can connect to you. I feel like they can relate to you. You're reachable, and they can like kind of connect with you. That's good.
Yeah, that's it.
She's good too.
She's good all the way around. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you.
Yeah, no doubt.
Thank you,
Great
sir.
hospitality.
Thank you, sir.
I appreciate you.
Yeah. So, how many varieties do you have currently?
Right now on the market we have two. We have Cab and we have Reason, but we're aging them into our 5th year.
Nice.
Yeah, so we just took
Very
it
nice.
completely off the market. You know, people have been asking, damn, what that Reason, I want that Cab, 'cause we had it in the very beginning.
I haven't tasted the Riesling, but that's the one I heard is the fire.
It is. My personal
that's what I
favorite.
heard.
His
That's
personal favorite. Everybody's favorite. Like that Reason is crazy. Put some fresh pineapples in it. And that's why in all of my interviews, like if you click on my page and click on my stories, like on the other pages, in all of my interviews I'm drinking Reason.
Yeah.
That's my top favorite. The other ones are very good as well, but the Riesling
And,
Top tier.
is
Rhonda told me. Rhonda was like, that Riesling?
yeah, it's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, we're just letting them sit for our 5th year. We don't know what we're gonna do for our 5th year. I want to plan something big. You know, I want to have something huge.
That's some fun.
Yeah, I want to have a crazy event for the 5th year. So yeah, we're just trying to figure out that, man. I'm gonna do something new, something innovative, you know, and just I don't know. I'm excited. It's coming up soon, so yeah.
That leads to Brandon's favorite question.
right. Well, you know what? I want to ask this question. For example, you know what I'm saying? I know I'm not simple questions, but we'll get to those today. But my question to you is, what advice you give somebody who's watching this right now and say, hey, I want to be like Don, you know what I'm saying? I want to create my own wine, I want to create my own cigars, or I just want to create a dope brand or something I really like. What advice would you give them? Other than mentorship, you know what I'm saying, to get started as soon as possible.
If it's something that you're passionate about, just be consistent.
Okay.
I feel like being consistent is the most important piece to it, because you're gonna go through things are gonna fall apart, you're gonna go broke, you're gonna just honestly.
No, seriously.
No, I'm about to say,
We
Yeah.
both like, we
Yeah.
both over here like, no, for real.
Yeah. But you just have to believe that, you know, in the midst of whatever hardship you're going through, that you believe in your product so much that even if I don't have nothing to my name right now, I know it's going to turn.
Come on, y'all.
So just have to have.
Bing, 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 bing.
Right.
You gotta have faith. You gotta believe.
You gotta believe.
That's
So
just
true.
what it is. If you believe
So
that
true.
it's gonna be, then it will be.
So
All
true.
right. That's a little clip right there.
Yeah, especially if you had a dream about it. Having a dream about it is the most important thing, because what I've been sharing to my students lately is, if you go to the movies and you see a preview of a movie, have you ever seen a preview of a movie that never came out?
Yeah,
No.
You're right.
No, never.
No, right.
And that's the same thing with your dream. Your dream is just a preview of an upcoming attraction. So
Great way
if
to
you
put
see
it.
a dream, if you have a dream of you accomplishing and doing certain things, it will happen. You just don't know the time frame that it will happen, but you just have to believe that it will.
Consistent.
Okay. Well, that may want to ask another question. What do you feel is more important as an entrepreneur, to have the foresight to be a visionary, or to have the skill set to be a CEO in your business? What's more important? Because you obviously have mastered both.
You have to. I feel like you have to. I don't know. I'm more of a visionary, with myself. But I feel like you have to have the understanding to know that you have to hire your weakness. You know,
Damn.
whatever you have to, swallow your pride and hire
Yeah.
your weakness. Like,
So true.
hey, I know I'm not good at this part. I know I'm not good at that part. You know what I'm saying? So I have to hire somebody that's the professional. Like me, I'm the laid back guy. Like, if it wasn't for me, like how he is, like that's exactly how I am. I like to play the cut. I like to
Me
just.
too. I love it.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
love it in the good.
Yeah.
That's where it's at.
That's where I like to be. That's us. Like, we just sit back and we just play the cut with things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But my partner, Black, he's the salesman. He's the voice. He's the in your face, like, hey man, check this out, man. Hey, we had this one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he's on. We brought him on for multiple reasons, but he is that person. That's basically the counterpart of me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the chemist. I'm the one that's putting everything together.
Yeah.
I'm playing the cut. I'm making sure the product is good. And he's the one that's, just get it to me, man. I'm going to get it sold.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Good
I
stuff.
feel like you
I
have to
love
just bring on and hire your weakness.
That's good stuff right there.
Yeah, I love the way you put that, because you don't know everything.
Yeah, you don't.
You don't want to be
And
everything.
Even
can't
if you
be.
know a little bit about everything, you still need to have somebody that knows everything about one thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what you do need. That makes your team strong. Period.
Yeah.
Period.
Especially if you're at the top. You can't handle everything. You have to have people in place that you delegate responsibility to. You know, everything shouldn't get to the top person.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, only the main thing should get to the top person. But you should have somebody that's so hungry in your team that it ain't even, the small things ain't even getting past them.
Right.
They already know the vision, they know the goal, they know what they're trying to do, and they, listen, man, I know he ain't going for that, or we gonna do this, or this
Right.
don't work for this, or that don't, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, so the small things shouldn't even get to the top person. You should have people in place to delegate
I
them.
mean, that's how the episode. The small
Yeah, I
things.
Yeah.
I like it, but
It
I
should.
like that as a title. It's a couple things I like as a title, but I want something that's gonna be more relative to Don.
Okay.
So we're gonna figure that out.
Figure it out.
Yeah, we're gonna figure it
We're
out.
gonna figure that out. Funny thing. So I had already, I mentioned having you on the show a long time ago, before you
She
did
did,
a
definitely did.
couple podcasts before, and then I was like, he's already did a few of those. I don't know. I'll bring, and I put it in the cut. I left it in the cut, and I brought it back. And like right when I brought it back, I found out that I've been working next to your dad forever. I've been working with your dad, like literally right next to your dad and he's always, once I put two and two together, I'm like, that's where he got it from.
Yeah.
Because you're so young, but you have excuse me, Sam, but you have an old soul.
I do.
And, you know, for you to have all of this going on at 29 is exceptional. You know, so kudos to you. I definitely see where you got it from.
Yeah, my old man.
Yes, he had you know what? We had an issue, and we kept having the issue and kept having the issue. Your dad came in, and just like that, it was taken care of. He was like, what's going on? Oh, really? Okay. I got you. Don't worry about it. And then made sure he checked back a few times to make sure everything was straight. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I definitely see where it goes.
That's where I get my work ethic from. Since I could remember, he's been working 2 jobs. I have never seen him working 1 job ever. You know, and he's my stepfather. He's my mother's husband. But he's been in my life since I've been 6. Since I was 6 years old. And I've never seen him not working. I've never seen him just being lazy, like nothing, never. He's always been there, get up and go. You know what I'm saying? Like, not really so much on the business side, but as far as work. You know? When I feel like I took that and I translated that to working in the warehouse and factories I was working in. I turned the warehouse experience to working in my shop. You know what I'm saying? To, you know, working long hours and being able to, you know the different things with shipping and labels and stacking pallets and different things like that. So, you know, I learned a lot, you know, from him and just seeing him just going hard, you know, to make sure that we was good and good guy. He crazy, but that's my dude.
Yeah, he's cool people. Definitely.
So I got a question. So what do you feel like the biggest misconception someone can have from just making wine together? You know what I'm saying? Being in the wine industry. What's
The biggest mistake?
The biggest misconception.
That is easy.
That's number one. That's number one.
I would say that it's easy because you see so many people get into this lane not knowing what you have to do to really do it.
Yeah.
You know, like they see us doing it, they're like, oh, you know, they doing it, why can't I do it? Which is true. You know, there's nothing that you see somebody that you see somebody else doing that you can't do. But if you don't have the passion for it, then it's not gonna work.
Don't do it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we grew a real passion for what we do. So it's different, you know. So when we go through hard things, it's kinda like, man, it sucks right now, but we're passionate enough about it to see through the hard things. You know, people who are not really passionate about it, they go through hard things, but they kinda just like, all right, whatever. You just let it go. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like you have to have a passion for it. But it's definitely not easy. I mean, nothing that you want to take to a high level is easy.
That's the thing about it. Like, you know, in the beginning when I first started out, like, and I tell this story when I do my wine tastings, like in the beginning, I literally was like, the only thing I thought about was, I didn't think about being a winemaker. I didn't put 2 and 2 together with that. Like, you're a black female winemaker. I didn't do any of that. All I kept saying was, I'm about to have a dope ass grand opening party with the band and the wine. We gonna eat good. We gonna party. Like, literally, that was in the forefront of my mind about the wine. Like, all this time, while I'm getting everything together and getting the store together, that's what kept me going. It was like, oh, the grand opening. Never saying to myself like, girl, you opening up the next day after the grand opening, and you gotta be working every single weekend. Like, you're working every single weekend now. You already work at the hospital. Now you've tied yourself down to being at this winery every single weekend. You know, until you can afford to hire somebody. Until you can, you know, and on top of that, making the wine. We know it's super tedious. You know what I'm saying? We know that this has to be done right now, and that has to be done next week, and that has to be, you know? So it is. If you don't have a passion for it, and I did have to develop a passion for it. It was like I was excited about everybody's excited about their dream coming true in the beginning. But it became a point where I was like,
That work got to get put in.
I don't feel like this today.
Yeah.
I don't feel like this today.
I
And
had on a lot of days.
yes, absolutely,
A
absolutely.
lot of them
And
days.
then I had to talk myself into it. Like I said, that's why I call it liquid gold. I go in the lab and be like, hello, baby.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, this is what you do. This is what you love. You put love into it. You know, that's why it tastes the way that it tastes.
Very true.
You know, like I watched your video when you were like, I taste it. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people get into it and they think, all right, when it's ready, 2 cups of sugar, 3 cups of flavor.
Yeah.
It's not like that.
No.
It's not like that.
No.
It never comes out the same.
No, never.
So you gotta know better.
Never.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
gotta know mom to get you where you need to be, and then you just kind of like slowly
Slow
get,
walking.
yeah.
Slow walking. Yeah, absolutely. And people don't know that. You know, that's how you come up with, like you said, a consistent,
Mhm.
good product.
Mhm.
You know, so yeah, it's all about that.
So this is for both of y'all, you know what I'm saying? In the immortal words of Christopher Wallace, you know what I'm saying? He said, you know what I'm saying, never get high off your own supply, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Have y'all
man,
ever
that's
caught
the perk of the
yourself?
job.
I'm about to say,
That's the perk of the
y'all caught
job.
yourself, you know what I'm saying, indulging a little too much in your own product, you know?
I
Not
was-
too much.
I would say in the beginning I did, but since I've iced my Riesling in my cab, because that's what I really drink. I
Yeah.
drink drier wines. Riesling's about the sweetest I go. But I really drink Pinot Noir, cab. That's really
cab
what I
is my
drink.
favorite.
Yeah.
Oh, love it.
So since I ice those, I haven't because
Yeah.
like I sell sweet, but I don't really drink sweet all like that. I do, I can, but that's not really what I prefer. You know what I mean? So as of late, after year 5, when I bring Reason the Cab back, we can revisit that conversation.
Back on.
But yeah, as of late, no.
So I have a question. You said the cab is your fave, if you're the cab and you drink Pinot Noir. Do you find it difficult to drink wine when you go to places?
No.
You know, like other wines, you don't find it a little bit difficult?
You know what? I'm
talking. You know what? Let me clarify my question. My question is, if you go somewhere and they sell the cheaper wines, we're not talking about good wine. We're talking about the cheaper wines. Do you find it kind of difficult? Like, do you do this?
Yeah. It really, with me, my pet peeve with it is not you having cheaper wine, is you not having wine glasses.
Mm.
I don't disrespect wine and
put it in the
drink it in a regular cup. No, honestly, God, truth. If I'm in a place
You
and
said
they don't have wine glasses,
Don't bring no solo cup.
yeah, don't put in no shot glass cup. Don't put my wine in that. If you don't have wine glasses, then I don't want it. Just give me some tequila.
Yeah.
So that's my pet peeve. I have to drink wine out of a wine glass.
Yeah, that
If
makes
I'm not
sense,
drinking
though.
out of a wine glass, like just in my event when I had down in Louisiana this past weekend, I went to Walmart to go buy a wine glass because I didn't have one. Like I'm so passionate about it. I wouldn't disrespect the wine and drink it out of anything but a wine glass.
Don't disrespect the wine.
Yeah.
Don't disrespect the wine. There it is, right there.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's
right
it.
there.
Y'all
That's
take
it.
that.
So
That's it.
that's
Don't
my-
disrespect
that's my
the wine.
thing.
I love it.
I have to drink it out of a wine glass.
Yeah.
when I drink it.
Makes sense.
No,
Makes sense.
But I love drinking other people's wines because I'm interested to see, because like this is like a artistic expression to me. So like
Indeed.
I'm able to see what your style is, what you're thinking, or what you're trying to express. You know what I'm saying? Like I said,
This you review on film, like after you watch a film to see how other teams do and whatnot. You say, you know what? Okay.
that's like in a competitive way,
I got you.
but it's just like in a appreciation for the art.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So like I'm
Okay.
able to see her expression of Riesling
Okay.
or of whatever. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I feel like I enjoy other brands. You know what I mean? I post other brands. I talk about other brands. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, this is my favorite this is my favorite that.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
yeah, everybody know I have my own, but I like this. Just
Yeah.
because I have my
That's
own,
dope.
that don't mean I can't like this.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Because they're great wines. You know, yeah, I think I have a great wine, but that don't mean that I'm the only great wine. I would be naive to think that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
right.
there's other great wines. So I just think that being able, even on the cigars, like I have my own stick, but I smoke everybody else's sticks because I want to see what do they have, or how their leaves are rolled, or how this or how that. You know what I mean? So I can maybe improve mine.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I taste this and that, so I'm going to maybe add that to mine. You know what I mean? I can taste the reason, like, man, I like this, man. I maybe want to add this to that, or do this to this, or do whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
I just feel like it's the winemaker, how they make their wine is their artistic expression. Because everybody makes Riesling, everybody makes Cabs, everybody makes this or that, but they all taste different. You know what I mean? So I just feel like this just their artistic expression.
I have a problem with cabs. Like tasting different cabs.
Really why?
I think it's because the very first cab that I tasted, I was like, "What is this? This is awful."
Before you was the dry drinker, or you was when you was still drinking sweet, or just?
I was still drinking. I was still, for the most part, sweet.
Okay.
I was sweet and Riesling at the time.
Okay.
Anything red had to have some type of sugar in it.
Okay.
So I tasted the cab and I was like, oh my God, what? I don't want to swallow.
Yeah.
I don't want to swallow right now. And when I find that when I order cabs, I would say I only have a 50-50 experience of a good cab. When I've ordered them out, I've only had like a 50-50 experience to where I'm like, this is a good ass cab. I like this. And then a lot of times, I think because cabs are so pungent, I'm not a pungent cab drinker.
Yeah.
I'm more of a mid-body, light-body cab drinker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Like
if
a
I
cab
taste
front.
them, yes.
Yeah.
So
It's
when
just
I
like
taste
a
them,
Pinot
I'll be
Noir.
like, exactly.
Yeah.
I'll be like, no, that's
And see, that's why I like Pinot Noir. Cause like cab can be heavy. You know what I mean?
It can be very heavy.
Yeah, it's like heavy. But if you drink a good Pinot Noir, it's like light. It's a light red. It's light as red. So it's gonna put you. I don't know. I can't really describe.
That's what I want.
You want to hear something? I've never drank. Yes, I have. I've drank Pinot Noir one time thus far.
Really?
And it was okay. I've had some aging for about 4 years now.
You have some that you make?
I've made some and I've had it aging for about 4 years now.
Need some.
It's been in the cut. I'll be honest, it's been in the cut, so I forget about it until I look over at it like, you gotta get that label done for that. You gotta get that label done for that. And that's the only thing. It's been aging, so I know it has to be delicious. You know what I'm saying? I taste it from time to time to see what it's doing, make sure everything's still cool.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I haven't, it's been aging for that long, and it's just about the labeling. That's all.
I like Pinot Noir.
A lot of people, and that's why I made it, because I started getting so many requests for it. I started getting people coming in like, you don't have a Pinot Noir? You don't have a Pinot Noir? And I'm like, okay, let's see what we got.
That's the best red to me. And Sauvignon Blanc is grown on me.
I've had Sauvignon Blanc, I like that.
Yeah, that's what I've been drinking lately. If I'm drinking white, that's what I've been drinking. That's my favorite now.
You like Pinot? Grigio.
Grigio is cool. It can be kind of like
Nothing.
tart.
Kind of nothing.
Yeah, I don't really like that.
Yeah.
But I like Riesling. I like Sauvignon Blanc a lot.
I find like Riesling can come from, you can get all different types
Yeah,
of Riesling.
that's-
'Cause that's like the only one that you can
It can
literally,
range.
from all spectrums.
Yeah.
Like it can be super dry, it can be super sweet, almost
Yeah.
like a Moscato. Like you
Yeah.
just really have to find the right brand.
Yeah, and that's what I like about them. They can range. You can have something that, like she said, it's super sweet. You can have one that's dry. You can have one that's semi. You know what I'm saying? Like Riesling can range. That's that white wine that can be anything.
Anything.
It's
Yeah. It
universal.
really can. It really
be
can.
anything.
See, it's on the wine talk, you know what I'm saying? Like me back in the day, before I met Nakia, I didn't know nothing about wine. It was like, all right, go to the store, get some wine, or I'm giving a scalp, come bring it back, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But like, ever since me and her, and like knowing about wines, like, I know what wine will pair better with this, you know, we'll wine will pair better in this situation? You know what I'm saying? Going real fast, you know what I'm saying? I know grab the weeds. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if I want to try it one time, I know to grab the.
His favorite is the Ford.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh,
The
man.
Ford's Plum Merlot.
Oh, yeah.
That's his favorite.
That joint is straight fire. You know, that 14% gets you every single time.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, it do what it need to
It
do.
definitely does.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
But you
People
really
don't
be-
realize that, you know, you can get, I don't want to use the word wasted, but I really do mean
You
wasted
definitely can.
Yeah.
off some wine. People
For
don't
sure.
realize that. They think, I'm not drinking wine. When you're talking about 7%, 9%, then yeah, you're drinking juice basically. But when you're talking about 12, 14%,
Mhm.
that's going to give you a nice mellow high too. The
Yeah.
high is not going to be sloppy like some liquor. It's going to be nice and mellow and feel good type of high. You know, when you want to chill, when you just want to feel real good. And that's what I like about wine. And you know, people ask the same question about do you drink a lot of wine? I absolutely do.
Yeah.
But because I work, you know, I said when I'm here Thursday, Friday, Saturday, it's no telling who you gonna run into when you walk through that door.
Right.
Hey!
Right.
You know, and I
Come
tell
on,
him, I'll be
look.
like, I've been drinking. I've been
Yeah.
drinking already.
Yeah.
Hurry up and catch up.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is a perk of the job.
Yeah, no, for real. That's how I be. Like, when I'm down there bottling or mixing or whatever I'm doing at that time, come down. You got all you can drink. You go to my shop while I'm working, you can drink as much as you want.
That's dope. It's like we have to bring the party to us.
Yeah,
you
got
know?
to.
We have to bring the party to
Yeah, put that speaker on, got that music going. I'll be in there dancing. I'll be having my own little party by myself.
Yes,
I'll be in there, it just be me.
I know what you're talking about. Gotta have the music going.
Yeah.
Gotta have it going.
Sure.
So shoot, we talk about the past, we talk about the present. So what's next up?
Man, how much more time you got?
Now come on with it. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Let's
hit us
hear
with it.
You know what I'm saying? You might be spotting the next person.
Man, like I said, just trying to get all these major cities to get the brand, to expose the brand to all the major cities, and switch gears to the cigars once I get people in place to delegate responsibilities that I trust to do certain things to where I can branch over and do the cigars full time, because the cigars are made in DR. So like I want to be able to spend months at a time in the fields, you know, picking leaves,
Yeah.
you know, rolling cigars myself.
That's
like
right.
I want to like really spend time with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I have spent with the wine. Like I really want to spend time with the cigars. Like I smoke a lot of cigars, but I want to really just soak in the culture of it. So I'm really just trying to get the wine to the point where I can do that. I can take 3 months at a time and just be in New York for 3 months and just spend doing that. And then I want to get back into coaching full time. It's something I'm very passionate about. So, you know, I feel like the wine is going to be something that's going to open up the doors for everything. It's going to be like a ripple effect. You know, once I get that to where I want to be and people are in place to handle certain things and the bottle wine and it's going to mix it how I would mix it, then, you know, I can kind of branch off and do other things. I want to learn how to play the piano. I want to learn how to swim. I don't know how to swim.
You must. You
Yeah.
must learn.
Yeah, I gotta learn how to swim. I want to learn how to play the piano. There's a bunch of things that I want to do.
Oh shit, you're
And
gonna
I
be on the
just-
piano with a bottle of wine and,
And my
your glass
cigar.
with your cigar like
Yeah.
doo-dee-doo-dee-doo.
Yeah, I'm old for real. I'm old for real. So yeah, I wanna yeah, there's a bunch of things I wanna do. I go back and forth about having more children.
How many do you have now?
Only one.
One.
Only one.
God bless you, man.
I stopped
One.
right there.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
stopped. I was like,
Yeah, I only got one, man. I want to have a son, but how busy my life is and how I'm here and there, like every weekend I'm in another city, literally. So, you know, for me to have to stop all of what I'm doing to raise a child, my daughter's going on 10, so she's Every weekend she got her own plans. She with her cousins. She over here. She over there. Daddy sent me a cash app, and she doing her own thing. You know what I mean?
At that point,
yeah. So like we kick it, but she trying to do her own thing. Having a newborn is kind of just like you have to be really yeah. So, and I'm not ready to sit down right now. I got nice momentum going. Right now.
no.
Sounds like it.
I got nice momentum. So I'm just trying to just keep rolling with this, while I'm rolling. But I would like to have more children. I would like to be married.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So shameless plug. We are having a dating game among entrepreneurs.
Are you single though? We don't know if he's single.
Yeah, I'm single.
Oh,
okay.
I'm single.
Okay.
I'm single. But the thing with that is, she has to understand this lifestyle I have.
Right.
And that's the biggest thing.
And that's why we do it.
That's why we do it.
We do an
That's why we do it,
entrepreneur
dog.
dating game.
Yes.
And all of our alumni are welcome if they want to be a part of it.
Mhm.
And you are alumni now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gang now.
And we have entrepreneur females and entrepreneur males so that they do understand. And just because it is hard to date someone that has that hectic routine like that. Yes.
Yeah, my life is crazy.
Even if you don't be in it, even if you're not a contestant, come check it out.
Oh,
It's fun and it's
just let me
funny
know.
as
Send me
hell.
the date. We're gonna pull up. Sweetest day, let's do it.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a
You're on
good
wax
time.
now. You heard that? You know what I'm saying? We got Dom
It's a
on
good
there.
time, for sure.
Yeah, we did. You know what I'm saying? You get a chance to ask them the question like, hey, listen, if I'm doing late night, what do you do in this situation?
Man, my life is crazy right now.
So yeah, they gotta be able to understand that.
I've
You know
been
what I'm saying?
filming lately too. I've been filming everything. I have been posting a lot. Like I don't know if people like. I don't know if some people been like watching my page. And I really don't have nothing on my page. Like I put a little bit on my business page, but not really nothing on my personal page. I'm on my story a little bit, but not really. But like I'm recording everything that's going on right now.
Yeah.
Like, literally everything. Like that Kanye thing expired.
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask you.
And I'm
You
just
doing the
like,
old genius thing?
Man,
That was
dude,
up.
That was. I
crazy.
enjoyed that. It gave you a whole nother perspective about Kanye.
Absolutely.
You know, you got to see him for real.
Yeah,
You
for
know?
sure.
Mhm.
Just that day-to-day thing, and I'm just like, yeah. So I've been recording everything, but
That's
like
good.
I've just been like saving the footage to when I'm ready to really put everything together and just bring everything out from top to bottom. Like this is how it was. Dang, I didn't even know that was going on. Oh, I knew, you know what I'm saying? Like I was around at that time that year, but I didn't even know he was even going to do that. You know what I mean? Like I'm just gonna just put everything together. So I've just been recording.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, that's been just keeping everything low. Yeah, I'm excited about it.
And then part of the interview was part of that documentary, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. I don't have a title for it yet, but it's coming.
Let's go to the
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming.
Well, shoot, okay, all right. So we getting it in, you know what I'm saying? And we talked about a couple of big things tonight. What are 3 things that you want someone to put in? Something that you might have said, something you might not get a chance to say. You know what I'm saying? What do you want them to say when they watch the interview? Like, damn, boom, 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 boom.
One thing.
Or something that you didn't mention. It doesn't have to be necessarily from the interview. It could be something that you want them to know too, that you maybe didn't share already.
Absolutely.
Okay. One is be who you needed when you was younger. That's very important.
I've never heard that.
That's
I
dope.
like that.
That's very important. 'Cause, you know,
Be who you needed when you were young.
That's dope.
yeah, to somebody else.
Mhm.
That's very important. 'Cause, you know, somebody else might be going through something very similar to you, and you know how it felt to be in that position. So you being that lead to that person, you know, may change something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So be who you needed when you was younger. Be consistent. I said that. You have to be consistent. Be passionate about. Be consistent about what you're passionate about.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, whether it's wine, if you're into wine, if it's hair, nails, whatever it is that you're passionate about, just stay consistent with it. You know, things gonna be hard, but you know, if you had a dream about it, it's coming. You just don't know when. We don't have no control of time, but if you have a dream about it, it's going to happen. 100% sure. And then number 3 is to keep your faith, have faith, and give the glory to God. Whatever it is that you're doing, give glory to God, because He gave you that dream, He gave you that vision, and he obviously wants you to, you know, bring it to life and, you know, share it with other people or inspire somebody else. You never know what, you know, your words or something that you do or say may inspire somebody else. So, you know, everything is happening for a reason. So, give glory to God for giving you that and putting you in that position to bless somebody else. So, yeah, those two things. Be who you needed when you was younger. Be consistent with your passions and have faith and give it glory to God for whatever it is you want.
Dog, I said we have a lot of people. I've asked the question a lot of people. Those are the best 3 takeaways this far in the interview, bro. By the way, so shout out to you, bro.
Yeah, that's very important. That's very important, man. And I watch a lot of interviews and I take away a lot of things from people.
Yeah.
And, you know, I took away that from the interview I seen a while ago and it really stuck with me. It's very important. You know, it made a lot of sense for you to have a dream of something and, you know, really believe that it's coming. And I believe if you have a dream that if you've seen it in some vision or some dream or some idea of anything, that it's coming. So you just have to just be consistent with it.
And you know what and I have to talk to myself about this, and it's, you know that. Like people say that all the time. People say it all the time. Like, if you have a dream, stay consistent, stay at it, and you literally know that in your heart. You know it. You've seen it every day. People make their dreams come true every day, and it's just that we get sidetracked by so many other things that we get away from the knowledge that we know this to be true. Just like you said, 100%. 100%. 100%.
No
and
doubts.
we get so sidetracked by other things, and I just want to reiterate what you're saying. Stay consistent, for real. Like, it's not a gas you up. It's not a I'm just talking because I'm doing this. It's not a none of that. Like, whatever you want to do, if you stay consistent at it, it's literally going to happen. Literally.
It's going to happen.
Literally.
Yeah, I was watching this video the other day and he was talking about like how people kind of give up too soon in their process of things. So like he used the reference of a tree, like growing a tree. Like you don't know like how long it takes to grow a tree. But let's just say for an example, it takes 7 years to grow a tree. But after that 5th year, you still just like, man, this tree's still not growing. But it takes 7 years to get to that point. You know what I'm saying? But if you give up too soon, you would have never reached that point, not knowing how close you were.
Not knowing how close you were.
To, you know, to it actually growing. So it's just like, you just never know how long it's going to take. You know, I hear rappers and entertainers talk about it all the time. You know, Rick Ross say, man, I was writing songs with people for 10 years until Hustling came out in 2006. So it took him 10 years to get one song to take him to the next level. You know what I mean? And I'm only in year 4, so it is like, who am I to be like, oh man, I ain't rich yet, or oh man, this ain't happening. Or, like, it takes time. You know, Steve Harvey said that when he was in elementary school, he wrote on the paper what he wanted to do when he got older. He was being on TV.
I remember seeing that.
He was homeless and didn't get on TV until he was in his 30s. It took him down there 30 years for him to get to the point where he's actually on TV and he's successful. He's dead like 30 years.
A lot of people success start when they're in their 40s and 50s. Like, it's like a learning process of life. That's why I wanted to reiterate what you said, because we get sidetracked by life. And you must just stay consistent. You must stay at it, because you're gonna look up and be like, had the same story. Man, it took me 20 years to get this far.
But once you make it, none of the stuff that you went through matters. None of it matters. Being broke, them long nights in the shop working, them days where you wasn't selling wine or whatever you went through to get to where you at, none of that stuff matters.
Right.
None of
you
it
there.
matters. You're there.
You have arrived.
You made it.
So it doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't matter. None of them hardships matter. I'm here. I got it.
Okay. So I got one last question. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, no doubt.
So what do you want your legacy to be for you now, and what do you want your legacy to be for mine now? What do you want people to say when it's all wrong? Like you said, after you made the millions, after you did everything you want to do, what do you want people to be able to say about those?
Something that people that know me now, just that I'm just a loving, caring person. I'm honest, and this is who I am. Like, you know, I give the shirt off my back. That's just how I am. I've always been that way. And he the same way. And that's everybody around me the same way. That's why I don't have a lot of people who I deal with, because like if you don't have that same mentality, then it's just like we just not gonna relate. But yeah, just being a solid person, stand up guy, you know, a great father, stand up businessman, and yeah, that's it. But as far as the legacy for the business, I'm really just trying to get it to the point where this takes care of people who I would never meet. You know, that's what I'm trying to do. For my family, for his family, for my other partner's family, for everybody's family that's in my immediate circle. You know, I want this to take care of everyone. Like my daughter's great-great-grandkids, and I'm never even gonna see them.
Right.
So that's where I'm working to get to, and I got the mentality and the drive to do it. So I got to be the one to do it, and that's why I have such a sense of urgency, because we don't control time. So it's just like every day I'm like, all right, I got to make this happen. This got to be this, this got to be that. Because like I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Not saying that anything can happen or I'm not gonna finish the task before that my time is up, but we don't know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I take every day that I'm here as this is gonna be the last day. So I don't waste time. I'm very punctual with time. I'm very appreciative of time, and I just do everything that I can possibly do in the day that can lead or go towards a goal of some sort. You know what I mean? Because we just never know. But that's what I want. I want my company to be able to take care of people who I'm never gonna meet. Never gonna meet.
I don't think we close the interview any better than that. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what we all are. I would hope that we all are business to do just that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not there for yourself. You're here to now you make changes within your family around, but for those around you. So that's dope stuff. Right?
Yeah. I just feel like I just have it. I feel like I'm the one in my family, the anointed one to do it. Honestly, because I mean, my grandparents had 12 kids, and out of those 12, none of them have done anything even remotely close to what I'm doing or the level that I'm doing it on. So it's like, for me to come from them and have the mindset that I have and the drive that I have to do what I'm doing, is like I have to take it and run with it. I can't play with it. I can't take days off. I can't none of that. I gotta just go. So I'm just trying to do that. But yeah, I want to. My grandfather wasn't a rich man, but he took care of the family. He made sure everything was right. He was a man of very few words. And when he spoke, he meant what he said. You know what I mean? So like, you know, I try to do and carry on his legacy in my own way. You know what I mean? And I just want my family to be good. That's just my goal. Like, I don't need much. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a foodie. I love to eat.
So do I.
I love to travel. You know what I mean? Like, as long as I'm able to get up and go travel to the place I want to travel and I can eat what I want to eat, I'm fine. I don't need much. You know what I'm saying? My family being good, his family being good, and my partner's family being good. That's what's important. As long as my people around me, my core circle taken care of, my loved ones good, and I don't have to stress about anything that money can take care of. And I'm cool. You know, a lot of stuff is out of control. You know what I'm saying? As far as like what money can do. Money can only do so much. But the stuff that money can handle to where they're not stressing about that, I don't want that to even be a thought. I just want that to be, all right, well, we need this. Oh, I need knee surgery. Okay, let's do it. You know what I mean? Like, and that's something that's been bothering me. My aunt is like my mother in a sense. Like my second mother. Like, I got her name tatted on me. That's my auntie is like, we cool. And she need knee surgery. But like, she really can't afford to take off work. You know what I'm saying? To have this knee surgery. So that bothers me. Like, man, if I was in a position for me to take care of your bills for the next 6 months.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
can take off work to do your surgery and not have to worry about nothing. So like, that's what I'm doing this for.
Yeah.
For situations like that. You know what I mean? To
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
it ain't nothing to think about. Just do what you need to do. Here. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like I said, I'm cool. As long as I can eat good and I can travel where I want and go sit on the beach. I love Aruba, so you know what I mean? If I can go sit in Aruba on the beach and get a massage and eat, I'm cool. I love to watch movies, so I'll be in the house. I don't want to be out. I don't want none of that. I just want to travel, eat good, and just relax. So, you know, I just want my family to be good. I love this.
What's the plan?
Yeah.
And you well on your way, bro. So you know what I'm saying? I can't wait to do part 2, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right,
And we
right.
talk about, you know what I'm saying?
We're gonna have part 2 on the yacht.
Oh
Nice.
man, you heard that?
Nice.
You heard we got on tape, y'all.
Yeah.
I love the
On
water
the yacht.
too. I'm
On the
definitely
yacht.
coming.
Part 2 on the yacht.
Man, you heard that, you know.
Fly on down
Right.
in my yayo.
Yeah, that's what's
We're
up.
gonna be on the boat.
All right, we
We gon-
holding you to
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
We're gonna
It's
play
on
this. We're gonna play
Yeah.
this back. And
Right.
we're gonna be like, oh yeah.
We're gonna have that playing on the screen.
Right.
Yeah.
We gonna sit on the deck. As we
Drinking,
sit on the
drinking
deck.
your reason.
Man, I
So
don't know
I
what
feel
y'all
how
want.
I'm feeling right now.
I'm lit right now. I ain't gonna lie. I'm lit. I'm feeling it right now.
Yeah,
you know
I'm
what I'm
feeling
saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling real
I'm
good right now. You know
I'm
what I'm
glad. I
saying?
got something going on myself.
So listen.
I feel good.
Yeah, right, man. Woo. Why I do it to you? You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna,
Yeah,
you know,
people
grab
gotta
me a
get
cigar,
hit.
sit on
People gotta get
the
hit.
sit on the balcony. I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna sleep good tonight. Shouts out to you, Juan.
Thank you,
Shout out
sir.
to you.
Thank you, sir. And we're gonna pay some bills right about now. First, we want to shout out our sponsor,
Yes.
Lamount Avenue Wines. We
Yes.
know y'all know about it already. It's the good
Yes.
wine. Everybody know about it in the city. Up and coming, this young man is all over the place, getting his brand known and getting his wine out here. We're proud of
Absolutely.
our Cleveland's own.
Absolutely.
Definitely, definitely. Tell the people where they can reach you at.
You can reach me at Lamont Avenue on everything: Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Lamont Avenue, LAMONT Avenue all the way out, and at www.lamontavenuewines.com. You can send me a message. I try to respond to all DMs, so if you send me a message, I will reply to you. If you tag it, I will repost you. I ain't funny acting like that, so yeah, take a picture, post it, I'll repost you.
And we'll have all this information in the show notes too, everybody,
Absolutely.
so we know where Don will be hanging out next, which
Yeah.
city, which state he gonna be in
Yeah,
next.
I'm all over.
For sure, for sure.
Especially if you can.
We also want to give a special shout out to Marquita who couldn't
Yes,
be here
Beneficial
tonight.
Bay.
We miss you, Beneficial Bay.
Yes.
Beneficial Bay will get that business together,
Yes.
period.
I
She's
see all
giving
the way
classes right now on Wednesday evenings.
Yeah.
She teaches you all about how to work your social network, your social media organically without spending all that money on those ads and all of that
Absolutely.
stuff.
Mhm.
She teaches you how to actually schedule your posts so that you don't have to worry about it. You can just keep it moving, get yourself scheduled, and keep it moving, put all your
Yes.
ads on. She will scale your business organically. If you want to grow your business or start your business, reach out to Beneficial Bay.
Absolutely. Scale your business up, man.
Yes, she has you
2022,
covered
man.
for sure. She's the real deal.
Absolutely.
She has you covered. We want to say what's up and give a special shout out next to my man on the left. Brandon, not your average agent. We all know it's important for us to have real estate, to own real estate,
Yes.
and to get out here and have our own. We all know how important that is. It's where the money is at. It's going to pay off for so long. It could be handed down to your children. It could stay in the family. Like Brandon said, don't sell grandma's house.
Don't
No.
do it.
Don't do it. Don't sell grandma's house.
They gentrifying like a mother.
Ain't
Yeah,
they?
yeah.
Like crazy. Like
Man.
crazy. They done reached Cleveland. I see it everywhere else. They done reached us.
Man,
But Brandon can walk you through the entire process, including cleaning up your credit.
yes.
He can get your credit together and get you at a point where you can get approved for that house, approved so you can get your first house, whether you're getting your first dream home, whether you're investing, or you're getting your starter home, whether you want to get a wholesale. He has you covered, period.
Come on.
Not Your Average Agent
I
on
appreciate it.
Instagram.
That's a great ad, man.
Oh, you
That
like that?
was.
You like
That
that?
It really was. Appreciate you.
All right, next we got Steve, Alien Eyes.
Steve.
Alien Eyes, he is our videographer. He
The
takes
best
the
in the
best
city,
pictures.
man.
Oh yes, he captures. He makes us look good
He
for
really
sure.
does.
He makes that's doing a lot. That's doing a lot. Steve, can capture all those special moments for you.
Absolutely.
He can make videos and make every moment that you need him for special.
Absolutely.
Reach out to Alien Eyes Photos on Instagram.
Mhm.
Steve has you covered for those special occasions, capturing that special moment. We gotta say what's up to Arlo. We miss you, Arlo. Where
are
is
you?
Arlo? Where is
Arlo?
Arlo? Arlo is holding it down, getting that education, getting that degree,
Absolutely.
and getting everything she needs so that she can be available for all of you, for all those Vogue type pictures. So if you check out her Instagram, it's Where's Arlo. It is so just different and special. She catches
Exactly.
all the different angles, all the Vogue type situations where you didn't think you can get that shot. She can be up on a mountain, on a building, below, everywhere.
Right.
She captures all the moments for you. Also, we want to say what's up to Kanisha with
Kanisha, yes, all
occasions
occasions,
216. This young lady will provide
Yes.
for those special moments when you have a wedding or an anniversary, birthday, whatever, baby shower. She does the marquee
Gotcha.
letters. She does the thrones, the tables, all of that stuff. She actually makes them herself, which makes her so much doper.
Absolutely.
She makes the marquee letters and everything. She get the saw. She got the saw with the glasses on, like that's Kanisha. All occasions 216. Check her out when you have something that you want to celebrate.
Yes.
Last but not least.
Don't miss you. Let's not miss you.
Last but not least, we have Social Masters.
Oh my goodness.
Social Masters. We all know we're getting rid of those business cards. We have all the intentions in the world to call you. We really do. We all know this. You got to get rid of them. The times are changing. We want all that information at our fingertips.
Absolutely.
We want you to be able to scan that QR code and everything. All your baby name, your baby mama, all the info just come up, pop up. We got all your social media,
Yeah.
how you get paid, all your forms of payment, all of that information pops up when you scan that QR code. Social Master, we appreciate you for sponsoring
Shout out
us.
Social Master.
And last but not least, 2U Wines
Two
is
U
where we at.
Wines
When you
in
see
the
the
building.
teal and
You
you
see
see
the
the
teal.
world on the
Come on,
wall,
y'all.
we're at 2U Wines.
I am
sipping,
lit.
sipping and feeling great. Happy to see you guys again another week. Thank you all for watching and tuning in.
Yes.
We love you guys. We appreciate you. And we have many more special guests like the
Yes.
one
Shout
we
out
have
to
tonight
Dom,
coming.
man. Yes.
City Cleveland is filled with some dope ass entrepreneurs, and we plan on
hands
highlighting
down.
each and every one of you. Not only to give you a stage so that you can present your business and tell people how dope you are, but so that we can all support each other.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, Don, for sitting
Thank you,
down.
Don.
Appreciate
with us.
y'all.
Lamont Ave is in the
Part 2
house.
in Miami on the
Oh
yacht.
yeah, on the
Oh
yacht.
man, listen.
Look, I got my swimming suit. What's up?
Listen,
Yeah.
and look up for Don be on the dating game, y'all. He said it.
Oh
you know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
Yeah, squeeze that weekend.
Bet. Y'all heard that?
Yeah, I'm there.
Next
I'm there.
event, absolutely.
So
So you lotion them feet up.
This is
Feet gotta be
this
lotion, baby.
That's one of the requirements.
You hear
It
that?
gotta be
You
lotioned
hear that,
up.
lady?
Yeah, don't
like
have them
pretty
feet out.
towels.
Yeah, don't have them feet out of damn lotion.
Episode 67.
67.
67.
Lamont
Lamont
Ave.
Ave.
Don't respect the wine. You respect the wine, man.
Respect the
Respect the
wine.
wine.
You must.
The wine.
Respect the wine. You
Drink the
must.
wine out of a wine glass. That's very important.
Yes.
All right, y'all. Peace.
Peace out. Great interview. I love it.
Oh yeah, that's a
We had little friend keep coming around trying to eat the cheese and shit.
Right,
I'm like,
right.
dude, look, I try to play it off like grab my glass, like
Right.
swipe them away, like.